Hi there! Do you still remember this face-up video I made a while back? This time I want to complete the doll from that video and create an outfit for her inspired by the French Rococo era. As well as the illustrations from this book by the illustrator Macoto Takahashi. The style of these illustrations is very girly and innocent, and I really wanted to mimic this style and see how it would look like in BJD form. I got this beautiful French vintage fabric from Etsy to use as my main fabric for this project. I also got a lot of different laces with rose patterns to match the rose print on the fabric. I also have some pink rhinestones and paper flowers for details. To be honest with you, I had a lot of problems with this project. My first plan was this dress here with a lacy underskirt and a top skirt made with the main fabric that's longer at the back and kinda bunched up at the front. However, when I actually tried making it, it looked really bulky and not elegant at all. The focus seems to be on the underskirt and not the top skirt, even though I wanted to really show off the pink rose fabric and not have the lace be the main point. Also, the sleeves looked as bulky as the skirt part. I also recorded a lot of the process already, so I really didn't want to start over, but I really hated this design. I was thinking what to do, but in the end decided to just start over with this new sketch, which shows off the fabric much nicer, I think. My final sketch was this one. I decided to make a 3-tiered skirt with just some small frills at the sides. I also want some frills at the front to resemble the typical Rococo era dress designs. Let's see what happens with this fresh plan. To make the tiered skirt, I cut long strips of fabric and gather them at the top and bottom. Before attaching the strips to each other, I want to add these frills to where the seams will be. For that, I'm using this white rose lace, which I gathered to make the ruffle. Nowadays, I really like to use elastic for gathering. That way the ruffle always looks neat and even. Next, I just sew the ruffled lace at the top part of the fabric strips that form the bottom part of the skirt. After sewing the fabric pieces to each other, the skirt base is already done. The middle part of the skirt will be closed with this piece of fabric, which I will decorate a bit later. Next I want to add some tiny frills above the frilly lace like I've drawn in my sketch. I'm using the main fabric for that. I got a long thin strip of fabric and finished the edges, after which I'm just gathering it at the middle to create a little frill like so. This took forever to do, but look, isn't it cute? To make the design a bit more playful, I decided to sew the frills on not in a straight line, but instead bringing it up like this and creating little rosettes. I'm hoping it gives more of a Rococo feel to the design. To finish the hem, I added a wider rose lace to it, along with some thinner lace. And let's add some more of the frilly fabric ribbon. I didn't really have a plan for the middle part, so here I'm just having fun attaching different laces and frills to it and just seeing what looks cute. I really wanted the finished dress to look extravagant and very girly, so I'm going all out with the decorations. I sew the middle part onto the skirt and add some frills onto the seams to hide them. To decorate the skirt even more, I'm using the fabric strip I previously made to make some small bows out of it. To make the dress really sparkle, I glue some cute pink rhinestones to the bows. I finished each bow by gluing some lace to them. I also made these tiny bows and sewed some lace to them as well. Here is the skirt with the bows attached. Many of the illustrations I was inspired by featured these cute necklace type decorations on the characters' clothes. I thought it would look cute to add something like this to my dress design too. I picked some of my cutest pearls and beads and stringed them together with a thin wire. I attached the pearl chain to these two bows. And now it is ready to be attached to the skirt. I create little loops by sewing the chain on in separate places. I also added shorter pearl chains to each of the loops like this. Kinda resembles the illustrations, right? Now let's make the top. I didn't want to completely dispose of the previous version, so I'm just cutting off the sleeves. Goodbye ugly sleeves. The bodice part is okay, but I want to make the neckline a little deeper, so I'm modifying it slightly. Better. Let's make nicer sleeves for this dress. I'm using a puff sleeve pattern that will help me create a bit narrower sleeves than the first version. I'm finishing the edge with a lace frill to make a princess sleeve shape. Add just a bit more lace. Now I just gather the sleeves at the shoulder for a slight puff and close the seam. After which the sleeves are ready to be sewn to the bodice. For a finishing touch, I added some small bows to both sleeves. I want the skirt frills to continue up the bodice front, so I mark the right placement and sew the frills onto the bodice. I I also added some lace to the shoulder for a cuter silhouette. Before connecting the bodice and skirt, the skirt needs to be opened at the back. Later this will be the back seam with a zipper inserted in it. I finished everything with a bow at the chest and 2 tiny bows at the waist. And now the dress is finished. Let's make some accessories. I have this bow hair clip which I think would be the perfect size and shape for this project, so I'm using it as my reference and recreating it in the same fabric as the dress. I'm adding some lace to the ends of the bow to make the design a little bit more interesting. To make the hair bow look extra nice, I added some pink roses and a pearl chain to it, as well as a hair clip at the back to secure it to the doll's wig, gluing some rhinestones to the roses. And the bow is finished. I didn't want this video to be crazy long, so I made the rest of the accessories off camera. I made a little necklace with lace and a crystal heart pendant. As well as some lacy socks. nice gloves. And finally, some matching shoes. I didn't really have a design in mind before making this, so the design of the finished shoes is not the most interesting one, but I still think they came out pretty cute. If you want to know how I make doll shoes, check out this older video of mine. For a fancier look, I made these little ankle bracelets to match the shoes. Lastly, I'm adding a pearl chain to the chest bow. And now the whole outfit is finally finished. Even though I struggled with this project quite a lot, in the end I'm happy how it turned out. I had recorded the full sewing process of my first try at this dress, which turned out to be a failure, and I spent almost half a year away from this project thinking if I should just leave it and edit the video, or if I should scratch everything and try again. Even though it was a difficult decision, I'm happy I redid everything and I'm now happy with the end result. I think it's important to admit your own mistakes and treat them as learning experiences, and try as many times as you need to achieve a result you like. I hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe to see more creative doll content. See you in the next video. Bye!